fact, the judge who is overseeing one of his New York cases.
Yeah, Steve Contorno, thank you for that. Joining me now is CNN senior political analyst and senior editor at The Atlantic, Ron Brownstein, and defense attorney and former federal prosecutor Shan Wu. Shan, posting a violent image of a sitting president, is that legal?
Answer is it depends, but what would normally happen if any regular person like me or you posted that is we would get a visit, probably from the Secret Service. The visit itself isn't bringing charges, not under arrest, but they need to do a threat assessment. And certainly the people who created the image and those displaying it are deserving of such a visit. Now, the Biden administration's response, I thought Ron can speak to this, very political response, of course. They can't tell DOJ or law enforcement to do something because they want to appear hands off. But really, DOJ should make an inquiry. They should make sure that these things are being checked out. And frankly, they could talk to the former president's campaign and say, hey, this kind of thing is very dangerous. Doesn't mean they're investigating him or bringing charges, but that's a proper thing for them to do to keep the peace.
Ron, why isn't the Secret Service paying a visit to Donald Trump's house?
Yeah, with Shan, I mean, if it was you or me, they would be. And certainly they are hesitant. And as we have seen, many institutions in American life are hesitant about fully grappling with something we have not faced in our political history, which was the leader of the undisputed leader of one of our two parties regularly, routinely, and seemingly as part of his strategy, encouraging political violence. When he says he's going to pardon the January 6th rioters and he calls them patriots and hostages, he is sending a very clear signal when he tweets what he has about the various judges and law enforcement officials involved in his cases. He is sending a very clear signal. And as we know from January 6th, this does not all just dissipate into the air. There are people who will hear this in a very specific way. And I think, Allison, all of this is a reminder to voters that there is a lot that comes with Donald Trump. I mean, at this point in the campaign, there are a lot of voters who are kind of looking at him and his presidency and saying things didn't cost as much when he was president. But this is a reminder that that is not all you get. If you do get that at all, with Trump, you also get a routinization of threats of violence that we have not seen before in American history, in which no institution, I think, is grappling with fully.
Shan, one of the judges involved in one of his criminal cases in New York, Judge Merchan, issued a gag order against President Trump this week, not to threaten jurors or witnesses. Do you think that's working?
Not at the moment, but the latest threats, I'll use that term, that Trump has done, is actually very carefully designed to avoid the language of the gag order, because it's talking about members of the judge's family. And that gag order, like others before it, have actually accepted the judge themselves or the main prosecutors. I think, frankly, that's a mistake, somewhat echoing what Ron's saying. It's a failure of the institutions, in this case the judiciary, to really grapple with what's happening with this kind of platform that Trump can use to harass